Hi everyone, welcome back. We're doing another question and answer video where you ask me all kinds of questions and I answer them. Okay, so the first question comes from Instagram. This person is asking me, am I gonna be regularly uploading videos or is this like a temporary thing? And the answer is that I am gonna be regularly uploading. Right now, my goal is to upload twice a week, but that could change because, like I said, chronic illness, you never know. Right now I've been feeling really good though, and I've been able to stick to twice a week. I've been trying to do Monday and Friday, but obviously since this video is not coming out on a Monday, I kind of missed that mark, but it's okay. I'm not mad about it. As long as I get out like 2 videos per week, I'll be happy. If I have to go down to 1 video per week, that's fine too. So hopefully you guys are okay with all of that. The second question is also from Instagram, and this person asks, what was the last book I've read? So the last one that I read, which I haven't finished yet, but I kind of know how it ends because I saw the mini-series. It's called 11/22/63. It's by Stephen King, and it is about a guy who's living like in 2011, 2012, and he is having to go back in time to stop the assassination of JFK because he believes that if he stops it, that the world would be a better place. So you kind of get to see him go from like now to the past, and it's crazy. He has to deal with all kinds of things, and he has to live in the past for like years. So it's really interesting, and I like history and stuff like that. So this is like a really good mix of a book for me because it puts history and fiction. It's actually a really good mini-series, so if you want to check that out, watch it and let me know what you think. Someone asked me what kind of hobbies I do to forget about the fact that we're in a pandemic and basically the world is ending. I actually started a new hobby. I don't do it like every day because obviously I'm wearing this because I hurt my wrist, and it's kind of hard because it requires a lot of hand movement. It's called needle felting, and I'll put a picture of one of my projects that I finished so you guys can see. But basically you get like wool and you get a tiny needle that has like little divots in it, like little marks in it, and you just keep stabbing the wool until you can create it into like a shape. So you can make like little people, little animals, like whatever you want. It's actually a pretty cheap hobby, and it takes a long time, so it's pretty time consuming. So I've been doing needle felting a little bit here and there just because I have to be careful with like my hands and stuff. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, and now that I'm making videos, this takes up a lot more of my time. So I don't actually play a lot of Animal Crossing. Like I don't play as much as I used to. And then I like to do bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is fun because you have all like the colorful markers and stickers and washi tape, and you can plan your whatever you're doing because no one's really doing anything now, which is kind of why I stopped. I stopped bullet journaling at like the beginning of the pandemic, but then I picked it back up recently because now I'm uploading videos, so it like gives me like stuff I need to like work towards. Like I have a ton of ideas, but they're just like unorganized, like all over different post-it notes. But in the bullet journal, I can write down like, okay, these are the 2 ideas I want to film this week or like expand on this week. And there are a lot of like videos on bullet journaling, which I really want to make one soon. I think I'm going to do that because it's such a fun hobby and it doesn't really require a lot of money. Like anyone can do it if you just have like a pen and paper. It doesn't have to be a fancy notebook and a fancy pen. So I made a video about this. It's called How to Cope, and this person, he commented on one of my videos and asked me like how I cope with like negative thoughts and dark thoughts. And I did make a whole video about it, so if you want to know more, you can go watch that video because there are a lot of different things that I talk about in it. But basically, if I'm having like really negative thoughts, I tell myself this is a temporary feeling. Thoughts are not facts, they are just thoughts. Your brain is constantly talking and making things up because that's its job, but that doesn't mean that everything that your brain tells you is true. A lot of the times it's not. A lot of the times it's like an exaggeration of what the truth really is. So the number one thing that I do is journal or just tell myself like this is going to pass, this is temporary. I try not to give them too much power, and then if that's not really helping me, I'll call somebody. So like the other day, like I called my grandma and I was just like, hey grandma, what's up? Like, what are you doing? Because it can help just to like talk to someone else and just listen to them talk, because it's distracting and then makes you feel better because you're not focusing on your own problems or your own thoughts. Someone on YouTube asked who my favorite like musicians or bands are. I'll just say like who I'm listening to right now, because this can change like all the time. Obviously I've been listening to Brockhampton for like a while, probably like a few years now. And then I listen a lot to Clairo. She has a very pretty voice, and her music is just like, it makes me feel like happy for some reason. So good job to her. The Neighborhood, I listen to them. I've loved them since like middle school, so, and I still listen to them because I'm a diehard fan and I'll never give up. But yeah, that's like who I'm listening to right now, but that changes. Like I go through phases of like different songs or different albums that I listen to. One of my friends actually asked this question on a video and I responded to her in the comments, but I'm not expecting everyone to go and like read all my responses in comments to hear my answer. Her question was, even on your better days, how much does it still affect your ability to do what you want to that day? Do you still have to be strict on your activities then? Or are there times when you can push aside some restrictions to do the things you normally can't do? Basically, when I'm having a good day, I can do a lot more than what I usually can on a bad day. So, like for example, like I've been feeling good for like the past like week or so, which is like a huge improvement. Like I've been feeling better and better each day. So each day I can do like more things. So like yesterday I went on a bike ride for a mile, and that was really fun because like most of the time, like when I'm not feeling good, I can't do that. Maybe I can do like a bike ride around the block or like up and down the street, or I can go on like a short walk, but I can't really push it with exercise. So that's just like one example. I pace myself. So like if I want to clean my room, let's say, I'll change the sheets and then I'll relax for 20 minutes because that can be really tiring. And then I can, after that 20 minutes of sitting, I can go and clear things off my dresser. And then maybe in an hour I can fold some laundry. Like I just have to like make sure I'm putting time in between the things that I'm doing, because if I just go and do everything all at once back to back, the rest of my day is gonna be crappy. It's just better to do it slowly and pace myself, and I just have to be really aware of my body. So like if I am like folding laundry, for example, and my back starts hurting because I have back problems, then I know, okay, well maybe in an hour I can fold the rest, or maybe it just has to wait till tomorrow and that's okay. It's just laundry, like it's not a big deal. And that's another thing I had to teach myself, was like, okay, just because I can't do something right at this moment doesn't mean it's the end of the world, because I used to put a lot of pressure on myself and be like, why can't I do this? I need to do this right now. I want to get this done. But future me is not going to be happy if I force myself to do all these things and then I don't feel good. So I have one question left. I saved this one for last because it really is a great question. Probably my favorite question I've ever gotten asked. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good question though. This person asked me, okay, so let me start from the beginning. If you don't know, a very long time ago when I was 11 years old, so this was 11 years ago, I did one video with Shane Dawson. And in this video, I did a little song called There Were Two Little Bunnies. This person wants to know, because in the video, it sounds like I'm cussing and it looks like I'm cussing, but they're bleeping it out so you don't know what I'm actually saying. And obviously 11-year-old me was not saying the words that people assumed I was saying. So this person is asking me what the real words are. So right now, after 11 years, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Alright, here we go. There were two little bunnies, and then they got horny, and they started to fudge in the sugar and the peanut butter, and the ducks in the deep blue sea, elbow deep in the butter, and that's how you make a bow. Yeah, that was Great song. Thank you, Shane, for writing that for me, for 11-year-old me, by the way. So those are all the questions I'm answering today. If you have a question for the next Q&A, you can comment it below, or you can ask it on my Facebook page, anywhere that you can comment on my stuff. Just give me all your questions. Thank you guys for all your questions. I really enjoyed answering them. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.